As fire rains from above, humanity teeters on the edge of chaos. Goodbye, brunch plans. Hello, existential crisis. Just another Tuesday in a world gone mad. In the chaotic frenzy, beasts of the night converge, a kaleidoscope of fur and claws. The guy with the massive horns looks like he'd rather be eating a salad. Moosh! Out of the misty abyss, Vidrak, the death god, descends from the sky. Talk about an unexpected guest. Spoiler alert, he's not here for the tea party. A shadowy figure looms, surrounded by a chaotic swarm of demons. Think of them as a wild party gone wrong, except the snacks are souls, and nobody leaves alive. A colossal dragon, eyes blazing with fury, lunges forward like your uncle at a buffet, only much more terrifying. Heroes scatter like confetti, knowing it's not just a snack run. Skeleton warriors, swords clashing, and dragons swooping. It's an ancient chaos fest. Who knew the afterlife came with such a dramatic flair? Watch out, or you might get a bone-chilling surprise. A wall of chaos erupts as the swarm attacks, claws clashing and eyes gleaming. It's a bug buffet, and guess who's the main course? Spoiler, it's definitely not the bugs. A seismic explosion rocks the scene, sending debris flying like a confused piñata at a birthday party. Just when you thought it was safe, kaboom! Someone really needs to work on their fireworks safety. The ground trembles as explosions erupt, sending colorful debris flying. However, that's just your typical Tuesday for the guy with the perpetually messy hair. He's got this, right? In the fading light, a menacing figure looms, its eyes burning like the last embers of a dying campfire. Seriously, someone should consider a few less dramatic stares. Tension crackles like static, and you can almost hear the ominous soundtrack building up. With dramatic flair, the gang of spellslingers channels their inner wizards, ready to raise chaos or, maybe more importantly, the stakes. Fingers crossed, they don't end up raising the roof instead. Amidst the cracked earth, a dramatic gathering of humanity's mightiest mages stands poised, cloaked in spells and uncertainty. No pressure, right? Just saving the world here. With piercing blue eyes, the hero stands tall, defying doom itself. Sorry, death, but I'm on a schedule, he quips, blocking the dark force with sheer determination and sass. Electricity crackles from his outstretched hand, illuminating the room like a disco ball at a 70s party. This wizard clearly skipped the instruction manual on how to not shock yourself. A monstrous army erupts from the shadows, wings beating like the world's worst alarm clock. Panic explodes as the townsfolk scramble. Who knew Mondays could feel this apocalyptic? In a battlefield echoing with chaos, the one-eyed giant looms, brandishing a gnarled club like a poorly chosen weapon in an oversized game of whack-a-mole. Seriously, who thought this was a good idea? The ground shakes as the towering beast unleashes a deafening roar, echoing through the chaos. Soldiers scramble, hearts racing, wondering if victory is still an option or just a dream. In the epic showdown, a cloaked figure wields fiery magic while their opponent, adorned in dark robes, conjures a protective shield. The tension crackles like a bad dad joke. Who will outspell whom? In a dramatic showdown, the guy in black robes shouts, "Prepare your magic circles," as glowing symbols swirl around them like confetti at a wizard's birthday party. Who doesn't love a good duel? With a battle cry that could wake the neighbors, the fierce sorceress points her finger, unleashing chaos. Magic swirls, colors clash, and tension hangs thick. It's about to get spicy. With a cosmic crackling, the girl with the fiery red hair unleashes her power, sending shockwaves that make nearby rocks feel insecure about their life choices. Boom. Who knew magic could be this loud? With an explosion that could rival a fireworks show gone wrong, Vidrak the death god emerges. Hopefully his social skills are better than his name suggests, or else it's going to be an awkward party. With electric intensity, the dark-haired sorcerer shouts, unleashing raw magic like a caffeinated wizard at a coffee shop. Fear and determination flicker in his striking blue eyes. Prepare for impact. With his outstretched hand and a glowing symbol, the guy with the messiest hair confronts the ominous figure looming in the mist. Looks like they should have stayed in bed. With a flair for the dramatic, the guy with the tousled hair boldly declares, "Your rampage stops here." Channeling all the magic vibes, he's ready to unleash a spell combo that'll make even wizards jealous. The wizard in the flashy robe channels energy like a toddler with a sugar rush, an all-out magical meltdown. "Elemental burst," he roars, confident enough to potentially fry the universe. A blinding bolt of electrifying fury descends from the heavens, splintering the earth like a cosmic piñata. Watch out, partygoers. If you thought cake was the real surprise, think again. With a piercing roar, the ground shakes as the explosion ignites like a wild firecracker at a party gone wrong. Let's follow his lead, someone yells. Great advice, right after a blast. Chaos erupts as the red-haired warrior, eyes ablaze, shouts for others to follow his lead, like a firework demanding attention in a room full of sparklers. Meanwhile, the tension is evident on the anxious faces of his reluctant companions, who clearly forgot their capes at home. The green-haired warrior's fierce glare could cut through steel. Sweat trickles down her brow. She's one misstep away from a showdown. Face-off drama intensified by the high stakes and her oh-so-adorable crown. With a thunderous boom, colors exploded like a toddler's glitter tantrum, sending shockwaves through the air. Who knew chaos could look so pretty and so dangerously flammable? A massive explosion sends stones flying, painting the sky with chaos and fire. Cue the dramatic uh-oh moment. Below, the girl with fiery red hair watches, contemplating her next move or possibly just cursing the weather. The guy at the front's eyes sparkle with reckless hope, but the girl beside him wipes sweat from her brow, echoing a thought we all have. Did we actually do it, or just make things worse? In a swirl of cotton candy fog, shadows dance like they just stepped off the bad side of a dream. It's all mystery and intrigue. Too bad there's no GPS in here. A monstrous silhouette emerges from the wispy clouds, its piercing red gaze burning a hole through the fading light. Even the bravest knights might reconsider their career choices right about now. A shadowy figure towers against the sunset, shrouded in flowing tendrils that whisper secrets of the past. Great, just what we needed. Another emo fashionista in the sky. The guy with the wild hair unleashes a burst of energy, disbelief plastered on his face. Meanwhile, the emerald-haired lady looks ready for battle, but also questioning if she left the oven on. The guy in the dramatic cloak, channeling his inner superhero, yells for relentless attacks like they're trying to revive a dead battery. Meanwhile, swords slice through the air. It's a real cut above. As chaos erupts, the guy with the dramatic cloak raises his hand, desperately trying to rally the team. Wait, let's use our brains, not just our weapons. Trust me, it's a novel idea. A shadowy figure looms against a vibrant sky of swirling colors, radiating both beauty and menace. It's like a fashionably late villain crashing a party, just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier. A sudden whoosh fills the air, like a dragon doing the cha-cha. The swirling energy erupts, hinting at chaos. Buckle up, folks, it's about to get wild. With a dramatic flick of her long, unruly hair, she turned, sensing chaos brewing behind her. You know, the what now vibe that always tends to follow her around. And surprise, whatever it is, it's definitely not a surprise party. Wide-eyed and flustered, the hero gasps, he disintegrated their magic, as tendrils of energy fizzle into nothingness. It's like trying to microwave a soup, only messier and way more catastrophic. A shadowy figure looms, tendrils of smoke curling like a dramatic cape. With a smirk, they challenge humanity's strengths, pondering if we're really just a mess of misplaced confidence and bad decisions. The imposing figure looms, tendrils writhing with frustration. Nature's green thumb is having a meltdown. Pests laying waste to my garden, they seethe, probably regretting not hiring a scarecrow. The shadowy figure looms, fingers like talons dripping with disdain for mere mortals. Foolish, inferior creatures, they sneer, as if the universe were their personal stage of mockery. Setsuna, panic painted across her face, grips her staff tighter, her voice a shriek over the chaos. Our magic isn't working. Are we sure we didn't accidentally sign up for Witchcraft 101? With a furrowed brow and a flash of anguish, the guy with the dramatic hairstyle lets out an exasperated "Ugh!" because clearly this adventure is about to get even messier. With a desperate cry, the guy with the messy hair lunges, but the echoing slash reminds him that sometimes life just won't show you the back door. Yikes! The guy with the spiky hair sweats bullets as two fierce ladies, one brandishing a spear with a wicked smile, the other looking mysterious and menacing, prepare for battle. Talk about bad vibes. Amidst swirling chaos, the barefoot girl conjures a glowing orb, her wild expression showing both fear and determination. It's epic, like a magical dance-off. but with more explosions and less choreography. The guy with the wide eyes and dark hair stares in horror as the eerie, gnarled branch vibrates ominously. Great, just what I needed. A plant with anger management issues. The mage's eyes widen, panic sets in as he gasps, "Woo, we've run out of mana!" Below him, the dark warrior grimaces, feeling the surge of power drain away. Talk about bad timing. Panic electrifies the air as the messy-haired guy sprints, voice cracking like a teenager's during puberty. "Setsuna, I swear I only wanted a snack," he shouts, battling dread and hunger. In a split second, the eerie silence shatters, an ear-piercing scream echoing in the dark as the knife-like teeth of fate snap shut. Spoiler alert, it's not a friendly hug. In a cascade of chaos, our guy with the dark hair stares wide-eyed as the crimson drops dance down his cloak. Spoiler alert, looks like he's not getting that nap after all. Her voice trembles like a finely tuned guitar, strained and desperate. Stop it! The tension crackles in the air. Someone's about to unleash a storm, and she knows it. With wild hair and a freaky glow, the guy unleashes chaos like he's just discovered a new sports drink. Who knew elemental powers could look this cool and this messy? Zap! Fear streaks across his face as the shadowy beast lunges, its glowing orb crackling with dark energy. This wasn't on my to-do list, he thinks, panic igniting his heart. The guy with the brooding gaze gasps, dread washing over him like spilled coffee on a white shirt. "Oh no," he mutters, clearly anticipating a disaster that can't be unseen. The blue eye, wide with surprise, pierces through chaos like a beacon. Whatever's coming is no picnic. It's like finding out you just stepped on a Lego, unexpected and painful. Stars seem to be playing a game of hide and seek, peeking through a velvet curtain of night, whispering cosmic secrets only we dreamers can hear. Perfect stargazing weather, if only the mosquitoes thought so too. Amidst a fiery hellscape, the guy with the tousled hair lies motionless, his blood painting the charred earth. Looks like he really took going out with a bang too literally this time. Amidst the fiery chaos, our hero stumbles, gasping for breath. Is it the flames or the regret weighing on his shoulders that makes him say, "Ugh"? A dramatic mishap for sure. Amidst the fiery chaos, a single shoe, bloodied and abandoned, whispers of a battle lost. And there, a girl with disheveled hair stares wide-eyed, teetering on the edge of disbelief and horror. A girl with wild, blood-smeared cheeks stares wide-eyed, terror curling in her throat like spaghetti. The ominous glow behind her screams, "Get out!" while she's still stuck in the horror show. Meanwhile, the explosion bursts forth with a dramatic boom, as if the universe just got its morning coffee and spilled it everywhere. Chaos reigns, and she's caught right in the crossfire. The sky burns orange and red as chaos reigns. The girl with a silver streak in her hair watches, heart pounding, realizing her world has just turned to ashes and drama. Great, just what I needed. Fire and destruction. In the desolate wasteland, a shadowy figure stands, cigarette in hand like a rebellious god amidst a cracked earth backdrop. "We," they whisper, the tension thick as smoke in the air, hinting at something monumental. A bloodied fist clenches tightly, trembling in despair as the sun dips below the horizon. Is this humanity's final gasp, or just an overdramatic fist pump at the world? The dark figure looms, twisted and confident, declaring a useless struggle, like a villain who forgot the punchline of their own joke. Winning this battle? Clearly a long shot. A shadow looms over her, dark and menacing. With wide eyes, the girl gasps, "No, it's not." As the chilling realization sinks in, she's facing a nightmare come to life. Fractured resolve sparkles in her wild eyes, a defiant glint amid the chaos. "It's not over yet," she spits, bloodied and bruised, but far from broken. Talk about determination. The warrior with the flowing hair stumbles forward, a crimson stain marking their back. Light pierces the shadowy world, but will it guide them to safety or deeper into chaos? The air crackles with tension as a powerful force surges forward, sending dramatic shockwaves through the scene. Looks like someone's about to feel the wind. Good luck, buddy. With a fierce determination, the guy with the flowing hair channels all his rage into a punch, colliding with the armored beast. Wham! Echoes, making you wonder if the robot felt that. The tension snaps like a rubber band. Suddenly, a deep crack echoes, darkness rises, and something sinister with glowing red eyes emerges. Who brought this demon to the party? Amid swirling chaos, the figure looms ominous, pondering with a raised brow. A simple sound, but when you're a horned giant, it screams of impending mischief. The ominous figure looms, shadows wrapping around him like a villain's cloak. A single droplet of dark essence drips down, daring anyone to challenge his twisted power or his questionable fashion sense. With wide eyes and a heart racing faster than a caffeine-fueled squirrel, the guy with the flowing black hair stares at his glowing wrist, questioning reality and his fashion choices. "What?" he exclaims, clearly not ready for this unexpected plot twist. The guy in the tattered robes gapes, disbelief etched on his face. Meanwhile, the fearless warrior takes a mighty leap. Fueled by low-level magic, who knew it packed such a punch? The shadowy figure stands firm, an ominous stance cloaked in mystery, while the barefoot girl stares wide-eyed, realization dawning like a bad punchline. She's in deep trouble now. With blood-streaked lips and eyes like burning coals, he clutches his glowing arm, defiantly shouting his challenge to the death god. Talk about a no-nonsense kind of showdown. With a gasp, the guy with the frazzled hair feels the heat surge through his fingers, like he just touched a toaster after a long night of snacking. Urgency streaks across his face. That's the last time he skips a magic safety briefing. The guy with the wild hair sits in the shadows, defeat dripping from every word. "Playtime is over, pest," he sneers, as if he's just realized his favorite game is canceled. A burst of purple energy crackles through the air as the elegant figure with flowing hair emits a powerful force. Meanwhile, the guy in the black suit appears utterly overwhelmed, definitely not winning any superhero awards today. The brooding figure with tousled hair stares into the void, a mysterious glow emanating from his hand. "Great, now I'm a human flashlight. What's next? A light show?" With wide, terrified eyes, the guy with the messy hair stares into the abyss, blood staining his lips. Who knew fate could pack such a punch at dinner time? A dazzling crystal pendant glows ominously, suspended in midair like the universe's most extra Christmas ornament. This is the gift the headmaster bestowed. It shimmers. Talk about high expectations. In the depths of shadowy uncertainty, a voice echoes with disbelief. The amulet of resurgence? What a plot twist. It's like forgetting your car keys on a roller coaster. The guy with the stylish hair stands confidently, clutching a sparkling trinket like it's the last piece of a puzzle. "That's right," he asserts, ready to seal a fate or something equally dramatic. The guy with the sparkling amulet grins, claiming it holds the spirit of time. No pressure, right? Just your casual daydream of bending time while juggling the breakfast dishes. With a twinkle in his eye, the guy with the tousled hair ponders the offer like a kid in a candy store. Except this candy comes with consequences that scream, "Do I dare?" The guy with the perfectly styled hair clutches a shimmering pendant like it's a bad breakup. Regret? Never had it, yet here I am holding the get-out-of-jail-free card. The ancient sage, perched on his throne, chuckles heartily, his laughter echoing through the grand hall. With a twinkle in his eye, he proudly brags about the genius of his top graduate, because who doesn't love a little humble brag? The silver-haired woman smirks knowingly, eyes glinting with mischief. "Remember, kid," she leans closer, "even the most boring moments can hide a plot twist. Buckle up." In a grand hall, the silver-haired figure leans in, whispering sweet secrets that make hearts flutter or possibly break. Definitely drama, maybe romance, definitely way too close for comfort. Below, something ominous bubbles, the stuff of nightmares, or perhaps just last night's leftovers. Electric blue streaks dance around the guy with the messy hair, highlighting the horror on his face. Regret hangs in the air thicker than the smoke from burnt toast. He really messed up. A glimmering burst of blue magic radiates like an overzealous disco ball, while the character, regret dripping from their voice, realizes they picked the wrong powers. Classic overthinking. In a blinding explosion of light, a figure lunges forward, channeling raw energy. It's like they just discovered an extra espresso shot, intense, chaotic, and a bit reckless. A flash of azure energy crackles as the hero, spiky-haired and intense, screams his battle cry. "Next time, I will defeat you," because confidence is half the battle, right? A surge of electric energy erupts, crackling with raw power. It's like a magical light show, only way worse for the neighbors, who definitely didn't sign up for this. A blinding explosion erupts, blasting away the mundane. Just when you think you've seen it all, bam! The sun just pulled a stunt double. Too bad it forgot to wear shades. In a sun-soaked chapel, the guy with the jet black hair bows his head, possibly considering his life choices or debating whether to sneak out for snacks. The girl behind him looks like she's ready to save the day, or at least the Wi-Fi. With a furrowed brow and a single tear defying his stoic facade, the guy with the emo haircut wrestles with dilemmas that could make a soap opera look like a sitcom. Is that a tear of despair or just a dramatic flare? The guy with the spiky blonde hair leans in, slapping the table with gusto as he yells, "Wakey, wakey, Setsuna!" Clearly, his morning pep talks could use a shot of caffeine. Just saying. With messy hair that could rival a tornado, the anxious guy stares wide-eyed, heart racing as the pressure mounts, his turn to shine or dive into disaster? No pressure, right? The guy with the striking blue eyes squints in disbelief, calling out to the back of a head that's definitely Leo. Because who else in a room full of uniforms would be turned away? With icy blue eyes piercing through the chaos, the blonde guy with perfect hair confronts the crowd, dread curling in the air like a bad hair day. Too much drama for one selfie. With a sparkle in his eye, the guy in the stylish blue jacket declares, "This is the Mage Academy, a place where dreams, spells, and maybe a little magic mishap await." The guy with the spiky hair is having a mind-blowing realization. Time travel is real. Great, now he's got 10 years of bad choices and awkward haircuts to avoid. A shadow looms over his memories, that bitter defeat still stinging like a rogue bee sting. He vows to rewrite his past. Revenge has never looked so dramatic or so deliciously tempting. With a fist poised like a superhero preparing for battle, he channels all his angst into a single battle cry, because who doesn't want to ruin a day for the Grim Reaper? In a room buzzing with tense anticipation, the guy with the perfectly combed hair tosses a sarcastic jab, while the boy with the awkward sweat glances nervously, clearly distracted. Ritual of choice? More like ritual of awkwardness, he thinks. The guy with perfect posture suddenly remembers he has something to apologize for, probably stepping on the metaphorical toes of friendship. His stylish shoes? Unapologetically sharp, unlike his memory. With each echoing footstep, the guy in the snazzy coat strides deeper into the room, as if challenging gravity itself. Or maybe just his last bad breakfast. The tension thickens like an overcooked soufflé. Whispers float through the air like confetti. Everyone's buzzing about the prodigy. Meanwhile, the guy with the glasses rolls his eyes, clearly unimpressed by all the hype. In a bustling hall, two students lean in, their eyes gleaming with gossip. Did you hear? He's a magical overachiever. Multiple schools. Can you imagine the homework? The bespectacled, bearded wizard flips a mystical book, captivating everyone like a magician pulling a rabbit from a hat. Spoiler, this book doesn't have a How to Be Normal chapter. In a world where magic isn't just waving a wand and hoping for the best, it's like trying to bake soufflé while blindfolded, a unique skill set required for every spell. Two cloaked figures step into a glowing circle, whispered secrets swirling like fog. Choosing a school here feels more like picking a sinister future than an academic path. What could go wrong? In a world where shadows twist and turn, understanding others feels like trying to read hieroglyphs in a blackout. Exhausting and a little ridiculous. Who knew empathy came with such high overhead? The guy with the sleek black hair squints at the floating symbols, as if picking a team for dodgeball. Can't have conflicting beliefs, right? Who knew faith could be this complicated? Setsuna Cromwell stands confidently, poised like a coiled spring ready to launch into action. With a name like that, expectations are high. Time to deliver a grand entrance. With a sturdy build and glasses perched on his nose, the charming professor invites you to pick your magical destiny, probably while secretly judging your life choices. No pressure, right? With a glint of mischief, the pointer finger hovers over the radiant emblem. Of course, they muse, as if the fate of the universe hangs on this whimsical choice. No pressure. The guy with the piercing blue eye looks dead serious, contemplating the weight of ranged magic. If only casting spells came with a user manual, he's definitely winging it. With a furrowed brow and a hint of regret in his eyes, the guy with the quirky taste debates his choice like it's life or death. Because hey, picking a favorite can't be easy. A surge of energy crackles in the air, lightning whipping around like it's auditioning for a superhero movie. Who knew casting spells could result in more shock than your high school science experiments? Explosive wisdom raining down. Keep your distance from foes, dodge that drama, and unleash a wide-range attack, just like throwing a party with a single confetti cannon. Boom. With a flair for the dramatic, our hero declares his newfound status as the world's strongest ranged mage, because who needs to get up close when magic can do the heavy lifting? Colors blaze in the background, but let's hope he remembers where he put his spellbooks. The death god looms, shadows swirling like he's had one too many bad lattes. Nice try, but your magic? It's like trying to drown a fish with a paper towel. With a sudden turn echoing in his mind, the boy with the striking blue eyes whips around, heart thudding. Did he just summon a magical plot twist? Or was that his lunch calling? The guy in the sleek blue jacket turns sharply, an unmistakable tension crackling in the air, like he just discovered the last slice of pizza missing. His expression, pure existential dread. The mysterious figure stands tall, polished shoes clicking on the wooden floor, echoing confidence. Or is that anxiety? Either way, they're here to make a statement, one step at a time. In a dimly lit room, a figure with tousled hair stares wide-eyed at a glowing, intricate sword, as if it just whispered his name. Great, now it's talking. What's next? Swords with opinions. The man with the impressive beard stares wide-eyed, sweat dripping down his forehead. Huh? Did I just accidentally walk into a horror movie audition? Panic flickers behind his shocked gaze. In a room buzzing with secrets, the bespectacled woman leans in, eyes wide with gossip, while the boy with the short hair looks like he just spotted a ghost. Whispering, 90% drama, 10% panic. As the blonde guy with the perfect hair stares in bewilderment, his mind races. Magic or melee? It's like choosing between pizza toppings. One might just ruin the whole experience. The guy with the wild eyebrows is incredulous. Melee magic? Really? It's like choosing to fight a bear with a pool noodle. Bold choice, my friend. Hope he picked up some band-aids. The guy with the seriously messy hair is unleashing a rant about the school's utter lack of usefulness. Mumbles that even his magic class feels like a gym for the soul. Who knew spells had a weight room? The sharply dressed guy with the trendy haircut stands unimpressed, while the motivational speaker with a flair for drama waves his hands, trying to sell outdated magic like it's the latest tech. Who needs close combat when you've got sass? With a determined glare, the guy with perfectly styled hair stands tall, exuding confidence. Though let's be real, he's more of a paperweight than a warrior. Rock in hand, battle on his mind. The rotund man with the bushy beard leans in, eyes wide like saucers. His future in their hands lecture drips with regret, like he just discovered the cake was actually a lie. The brooding guy with the mysterious aura lets out a heavy sigh, staring blankly ahead. It's like he's mentally saying, "Yep, I know everything. It still sucks." A crestfallen mage stands at a crossroads, burdened by a heavy decision. Well, who needs fame and fortune when you can have full-on existential dread instead? He thinks, half-jokingly. Amidst the inferno, a dark figure looms, draped in shadows and chaos. The ruined souls beneath her feet urge a storm of reckoning. Heaven help those who dared provoke her wrath. Amidst a sea of silent bodies, a desperate figure clutches their last spark of magic, hope flickering like a faulty light bulb. Guess it's time to pull a rabbit out of a hat. The looming figure of Vidrak, the death god, casts a chilling shadow, his fiery eyes promising doom. Defeating him? Easier said than done. Grab the popcorn. This battle's going to be wicked. With messy hair and a heart pounding like a drum, he stands at the crossroads of fate, whispering, "I must seize that hope, because hope doesn't run fast." With a dramatic swoosh, the guy in the sharp suit unleashes a flicker of power from his fingertips, probably wondering if this is how superhero origins usually start. Spoiler, it usually ends in personal tragedy. The bushy-bearded man with wild eyes announces a shocking secret, leaving the group frozen in disbelief. The girl with glasses nearly drops her notes. This wasn't in the syllabus. The old man with the grizzled beard shoots a steely glare, like he just caught someone stealing his favorite rocking chair. Wisdom drips off him, but so does skepticism. Trust me, he's seen it all. With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy blue jacket conjures up a whirlwind of magic, seeking to impress, or at least distract, his less-than-impressed classmates watching from afar. A figure stands frozen, electrified energy dancing around them like a rabid squirrel on espresso. Panic and awe mix in their eyes. Who knew becoming a human lightning rod was this shocking? With a crackle of energy, the boy with intense blue eyes focuses, his thoughts racing like lightning. With this power, I can either save the world or accidentally fry my hair. Clutching a flickering wand, the determined hero exclaims, "I will defeat the death god." Because who needs a plan when you've got fiery passion and a flair for the dramatic? When a melee mage wades into battle, spells fly and logic unravels like a careless sweater. Who knew magic could actually use a sword? Chaos reigns, and it's absolutely hilarious. The credits roll like a slow sunset, revealing a tapestry of talent behind the scenes. Every name a brushstroke in this dramatic canvas, like a raucous family reunion, minus the awkward questions. The guy with the cool blue eyes is not impressed. Smoke billows around him like a theatrical entrance gone wrong. "Sure, let it sizzle," he muses sarcastically, waiting for the chaos to unfold. With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy blue jacket conjures a misty spell, looking like a magician who might still be figuring out his tricks. Moments before chaos? Definitely. A hand glimmers with a mysterious tattoo, as if it's plotting something bizarre, like a recipe for mischief or an unlicensed sorcery class. Can you say fetish? Talk about commitment issues. With a confident grin, the guy with the charming blue eyes expertly twirls spaghetti on his fork, his secret weapon against boredom. Who knew pasta could be so suspenseful? Panic ripples through the room as students gasp in disbelief, eyes wide like deer caught in headlights. Someone must have just revealed the school lunch menu. Plot twist. Two hands clash with a thunderous slam, as if the book itself is trying to mediate a fist fight between reason and chaos. Those rings just added bling to the drama. The hulking instructor, with his booming voice, towers over the tiny trainee, book in hand. You picked close combat? Perfect. That's just a fancy way of saying good luck. Silas Arclight, the head of the ranged magic department, towers in disappointment, his lofty expectations swirling in the air. "I thought you'd become the greatest mage in the world," he sighs, clearly imagining a magical world on fire. Figuratively, of course. The guy with the booming voice, his mustache practically quivers in excitement, yells for fame and glory like a kid begging for ice cream, convinced he's the key to greatness. Watch out, world, as a single thought dances in the air. Fame and glory, huh? The whispers of ambition swirl around like confetti at a parade, while the elusive duo remains just out of reach. The brooding guy with the jet black hair arches an eyebrow, while the overzealous professor shuffles nervously behind him. Clearly, he should have invested in a less theatrical career choice. The ground trembles as flames lick the cracks, a reminder that time is running out. 10 years left? You'd better start stocking up on snacks and survival guides. A shiver runs down the spine as the countdown begins. 5 years until the death god arrives. It's like waiting for a dentist appointment, but way more terrifying. Strutting across the grand hall, the suave time traveler admits, "Sure, I was a wizard in my past life, but how does one even hold a sword again?" Classic amnesia, right? The guy with the chiseled jaw and a furrowed brow is deep in thought. 5 years to master whatever epic skill he's staring down. No pressure, right? A close combat mage? Talk about a magic first date. He's got spells to cast, fists to throw, and a serious case of commitment issues, but who wouldn't want to get close? A sign looms large, buzzing with the excitement and dread of magical possibilities. Ritual of choice sounds fancy, until you realize it's just another Tuesday for sophomore magic students. In a bustling hall, the guy with the perfectly tousled hair stands awkwardly, sweat beating down his brow, because nothing screams "I belong" like feeling underdressed at a royal schmooze fest. In a sea of uncertain faces, the guy with the glasses is lost in thought. Seriously, how hard is it to find a classroom? And Leo? Totally MIA, probably conjuring up trouble. In a bustling hallway, the guy with slick hair leans in, whispering like a gossiping squirrel. The barefoot girl, half smirking, is clearly in on the secret, but what's hiding in the shadows? The guy with the icy gaze seems confident, but his heart's doing the cha-cha as he awkwardly interrupts the chatty duo, blushingly hoping to score some directions instead of a conversation disaster. With hair like a tornado disaster, the guy in front rushes ahead, ignoring the girl in crisis. "Oh, we're running late," she exclaims, as if time doesn't care about her morning coffee. In a palace buzzing with whispers and urgency, the guy with the military coat urges his buddy to speed up, reminding him that time waits for no one. Or their tea. In a crowded hall, whispers slice through the chatter like butter. Looks like the prodigy isn't winning any popularity contests tonight. Someone's got a front row seat to the roast session. As the guy with the messy hair slinks away, the duo chuckles. Guess he's vying for center of attention. Too bad he picked melee magic. Talk about hitting the wrong target. Time travel. It's a real game changer. Now, the guy with the awkward haircut realizes he's gone from invisible to the most popular kid. Talk about an ego boost. In a sea of curious faces, the guy in the blue jacket stands tall, awkwardly declaring his love for melee magic. Who knew spellcasting could spark such heated debates? With a furrowed brow and a hint of sarcasm, the guy with the perfectly coiffed hair resigns to a DIY hunt, clearly second-guessing his choice of companions. Teamwork? What's that? With a furrowed brow, the guy with the brooding gaze contemplates the map's elusive location. The central garden feels like the Bermuda Triangle of his academy life. Where's a GPS when you need one? The guy in the stylish coat walks nonchalantly, oblivious to the impending chaos. Suddenly, someone shouts, "Fireball!" Is it a spell or a heated dinner suggestion? Things are about to escalate. A piercing blue eye stares in astonishment, as if seeing the world for the first time. Cue dramatic music. Did he just discover that his crush likes pineapple on pizza? Amidst the chaos, fiery blasts light up the scene, while an onlooker with wide eyes wonders, is this a friendly game of dodgeball gone rogue? Good luck finding a safe spot. The fiery-haired girl unleashes a powerful kick, sending a wave of flames erupting behind her. Talk about a heated entrance. This isn't just a schoolyard playground. It's a battlefield. The girl with fiery determination chases after her playful tormentor, her breath heavy and wild. "Give it back," a phrase now sharper than a paper cut, revealing her fierce resolve. In the tense standoff, the guy with the messy hair shouts, "My mom bought that for me," as if parental love could wield a sword. Spoiler, it can't. With fiery locks and an expression that could melt steel, she stretched out her hand, demanding answers. "Did you really eat my lunch? I'm seriously not kidding." A delicate brooch shines in their palm, a kaleidoscope of greens bursting with secrets. "You know," they grin, "it's not just stylish, it also doubles as a paperweight." The guy with the brawn flexes his magical brooch like it's a trophy from a school bake sale, while the blonde wonders if it comes in green with envy. The mysterious one just stands there, probably plotting world domination or a quick snack. The guy with the smug grin clearly thinks commoner is a dirty word. Someone tell him that every great wizard started out as a novice, probably wearing mismatched socks. The guy with the icy blue eyes narrows his gaze, calculating odds like a math whiz, but facing 3 magic students? That's like facing a firing squad, without the comfort of a helmet. With a maniacal grin, the fiery-haired boy taunts, flames dancing in his palm like he's hosting an ill-advised barbecue. "Take it back if you're so desperate," he challenges, eyebrows raised. The guy with the wind-blown hair sneered, dodging a fiery spell as he muttered, "Useless melee magic? Please, my grandma's knitting is more threatening." The tension crackled like electricity. A fiery comet of chaos cuts through the air, leaving hearts racing and eyebrows singed. Poor flooring. Don't they know you can't fireball your way to a clean home? With hair blazing like a comet, the determined girl sprints forward, flames licking the ground behind her. "Earth," she mutters. Even super speed doesn't beat a Monday morning. With a burst of energy, the girl with the confident swagger launches herself forward. Because who needs magic when you've got calves of steel and a solid game plan? Boom. The words hang in the air, promising power. Does enhancing physical abilities come with a side of muscle cramps? Ah, magic. Always so generous with conditions. A fiery-haired girl stands defiantly, her back to 4 bewildered oppressors. "Enhanced bodies, please. I'll outmaneuver you all while sipping my iced latte. Bring it on." The fierce girl with the killer boots stands poised, ready for action. "Range is everything," she quips, as her opponents stare in disbelief, because who needs a plan when you've got attitude? With fiery determination, the girl with flowing crimson hair unleashes her magic, her voice cracking like thunder. She's not just fighting for a brooch, but for her mother's love. Talk about pressure. The girl with the fiery red hair stands defiantly, arms crossed, magic shimmering around her. Really? You think I'd just hand over this treasure? Not without a dragon-sized brawl. A swirling vortex of azure energy erupts, almost like Mother Nature decided to throw a surprise party. Uninvited, of course. Hold on to your socks. This is going to be a wild ride. With a fist clenched tighter than a kid holding a cookie jar, energy crackles and dances like it's at a rave. Watch out, world. This power's about to get unleashed. The boy with the striking blue eyes narrows his gaze, pondering his next move. Mana blade, huh? He thinks, sweat trickling down his forehead. Can it really dish out enough damage to impress? With hair like fire and a smirk to match, she channels pure energy, summoning electric sparks that could light up a disco. Who knew being powerful could look this stylish? The guy with the tousled hair sarcastically quips, his back to the chaos, while juggling fireballs like he's at a poorly planned birthday party. Sure, nothing screams serious fight like flaming pom-poms. With fire in his eyes and flames dancing on his hands, the cocky swordsman dashes away, daring his pursuer. "Good luck catching me with that toothpick," he shouts, laughter trailing behind. With a flourish reminiscent of a magician, the fiery-haired girl sends a blaze shooting from her fingertips. Talk about a real sizzling performance. Who needs a lighter when you have magic? A mystical explosion rocks the forest. The barefoot girl gasps, "Ah!" as she realizes she's definitely not winning any charm points with that blast. Meanwhile, a cloaked figure groans, "Ah! Surprise, surprise!" As she flailed dramatically, the girl in the stylish red dress bounced like a rubber ball, laughter echoing through the air. Karma's playful reminder that gravity always gets the last laugh. With a smirk that could burn ice, the guy with the spiky blonde hair wields a flickering flame, not for warmth, but to roast everyone's hopes. "This is just sad," he chuckles, watching dreams go up in smoke. With a fiery blast heading his way, the bold guy with the wild hair issues a challenge. "Good luck, buddy. My hairstyle is not a playground." Ignition success. A blazing sun overlooks an empty landscape, and a voice chimes in with biting sarcasm. "Just like your life, right? A dazzling spectacle of nothingness, brilliant and utterly unproductive." The girl with the fiery hair gasps, wide-eyed and frozen in shock as flames dance perilously close. She must be wondering if her socks were on the laundry list of things to catch fire. With a confident stomp, the guy in the polished shoes ignites a fiery blaze behind him, proving that even floorboards can catch feelings, especially when they're feeling burnt. Smoke billows as the guys run for their lives, adrenaline pumping like they've just spotted the world's last donut. Who knew escaping danger could be this much cardio? The guy with the wild hair dives, limbs flying like a cartoon character dodging a giant fireball. Talk about a dramatic entrance. Who knew avoiding trouble could look this stylish? In a world ablaze, the girl with fiery determination stares into the inferno, her eyes reflecting both chaos and courage. Guess Netflix isn't the only thing that's getting lit tonight. With a whoosh that could rival a superhero's entrance, the mysterious guy with midnight hair scoops up the girl with fiery locks, dodging explosions like it's just another Tuesday. Talk about dramatic rescues. The guy with the wild hair gasps as the ground erupts beneath them, sending dirt and debris flying. Is this a stunt show, or are we about to be flattened? He wonders. The guy with the perfectly tousled hair leans in, eyes wide with hope, as the fiery girl with a questioning brow could practically spark a spell or two. Melee magic? You mean that's an actual class? With a flirty grin, the charming stranger leans in, asking for directions, while the curious redhead isn't sure if she's being recruited for a treasure hunt or just plain lost. "What?" she replies, caught off guard. Arya's eyes widen as she clutches her cloak, realization striking like a lightning bolt. That guy? Setsuna Cromwell? The tension hangs thick, like trying to breathe underwater while dealing with a homework crisis. A girl with fiery red hair jabs her fist toward a stunned guy with jet black hair, while his flustered friends look on like confused penguins. Drama's brewing, but someone forgot their popcorn. A hand, fingers perfectly manicured, showcases an intricate glowing symbol, like a cosmic tattoo that says, "Look at me." Forget just a regular hand. This one screams destiny. The girl with the sparkling eyes is buzzing with excitement. Finally, some melee magic. Perfect for getting up close and personal. Just hope he remembers to dodge. or it'll hurt. A lot. With a wicked grin, the guy with the devilish smirk gleefully relishes the imminent chaos, declaring his delight like a kid on a sugar rush. Crush time, baby! It's game on. With a smirk that says, I totally meant to do this, the blonde kid summons flames like it's his Saturday hobby. Who knew his real talent was fire juggling? The guy in the blue coat smirks, tossing his head back slightly. Hey, if melee magic is weak, I guess that makes my sword skills just charmingly inadequate. The guy with the piercing blue eyes leans in, realization washing over him like a tidal wave. Now that I've seen it, he mutters, I totally get it. I really do. In the heart of the forest, the guy with the sleek black hair stares intently. The outcome of a battle isn't just about magic, he quips, slightly exasperated, like training cats to obey. With a serious gaze, the buttoned-up guy with sleek hair shows off a glowing mark on his hand, practically begging, Dude, what magical school do you belong to? Hogwarts! Her eyes wide, the girl with fiery red hair raises a hand, voice trembling with urgency. Stop! She's not just a worried friend, she's the unexpected queen of this escalating chaos. The girl with the fiery spirit warns her reckless friend about the seniors. Huge, brooding figures ready to crush dreams, and maybe a toe or two. But her plea falls on deaf ears, too late for common sense. With a crazed grin, the guy with the flamboyant hairstyle erupts into a firestorm, flinging flames like a caffeinated dragon. Hope his hair gel is fireproof because this party is heating up. With the fiery glow above, the guy in gym shoes contemplates the legend of physical boost. It's like caffeine for his soul. He just hopes it won't backfire like his last 3 attempts at cooking. With a determined frown, the boy with the tousled hair focuses every bit of his dwindling mana into his legs. Then, boom! A fiery explosion turns the ground into a chaotic dance of flames. The air crackles with energy as the eerie silence shatters, unleashing a fiery explosion. Kaboom! The barefoot girl gasps, hair flying, wondering if she just signed up for Fireworks 101. As gravity takes its coffee break, the guy with slick hair defies all logic, while the shadowy figure below seems utterly oblivious, too busy dodging impending doom. Oops, wrong turn, might sum it up. With confidence sky high, the hero with electric blue energy in his eyes prepares to dance through danger. But wait, was that a boom in the distance? Guess speed isn't everything. With a startled grin, the guy with the sleek hair rockets into action, leaving fiery trails behind him. To think I could move this fast, he marvels, fueling his adrenaline-fueled chaos. With untamed hair and electric blue eyes, the guy's smirk hints at secrets only he knows, like how many snacks he's stashed in his backpack. Ready for adventure? Buckle up. Curiosity can be a double-edged sword, like poking a bear with a stick while asking, Hey buddy, how's it going? Testing things out often leads to unexpected adventures or chaotic mishaps. With a confident smirk, the guy with the slick black hair launches into action, flames erupting behind him. Who needs a jetpack when you have style and a dramatic boom? The fireball flinger stands defensive, face flushed with embarrassment. Hey, it's called specialization, they retort, while secretly wishing for a waterbending masterclass instead. Fire's getting a tad repetitive. Wide-eyed with disbelief, the guy with slick blonde hair gasps as flames leap from his hand. How is he moving like that? He sputters, clearly questioning his life choices. The guy in the snazzy suit is dodging fireballs like they're confetti at a birthday party. I can't hit him, he yells, while secretly wishing for a piñata. Water and fire collide in a chaotic symphony of elemental fury. Pow! A blonde villain, furiously shouting, unleashes his rage at a pesky opponent. Seriously, everyone hates that rat. With a dramatic flick of his wrist, the guy with the slicked back hair unleashes a fiery blaze, not just lighting up the night, but also his chances of impressing the crowd. The guy with the spiky hair launches a fiery arrow, aiming for victory, or maybe just a pizza delivery gone wrong. Either way, his aim is spectacular. His fate is less certain. With a dramatic flare, the boy with striking blue eyes lunges forward, his sword slicing through the air, hypothetical enemies quaking at his swift, stylish approach. Swish! Who needs stealth when you've got style? With a dazzling flip, the guy in blue slices through the air, sending shockwaves with his blazing sword. It's all fun and games until someone leaves a fiery trail behind. The sword sliced through the air like a hot knife through butter, igniting an explosion of flames that momentarily obscured the battlefield. Cue dramatic sound effects and a slight eyebrow raise. Who knew wielding a sword could come with a side of pyrotechnics? With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the dapper coat sends fiery sparks flying. Who said magic can't turn a simple afternoon into a pyrotechnic showdown? Time to impress or evacuate. Amidst a tense standoff, the ground erupts in flames, crackling like a campfire at a family reunion gone wrong. Who's roasting marshmallows? Oh, wait, that's just chaos! The guy with the oh-so-dramatic haircut freaks out, eyes wide, voice cracking. He's just discovered a bold act of betrayal. He cut it! Seriously, how could anyone be that cruel? The girl with fiery red hair stares wide-eyed, mouth agape, processing the impossible. Cut a spell? She mutters, half expecting a magician to pull a rabbit from her hat. The determined woman, eyes wide, confronts the aloof mage in blue, her voice tinged with urgency. Skill, huh? Guess I'll just have to start studying spellcasting and cardio. In a splash of shimmering blue, the determined mage stands against the elements, drenched yet unyielding. Small mana? No problem. Sometimes all you need is sheer will and a hint of sarcasm. With a determined glint in his eye, the boy clenches his fist, summoning a shimmering blue sword of mana. Who needs a wet umbrella when you wield your own lightning? With a mischievous grin, the guy with the crimson scarf raises his glowing wand, realizing this spell has more tricks up its sleeve than a magician at a kid's birthday party. With a confident smirk, the guy with the striking blue eyes grips his sword, pondering the epic combo of speed and power, like mixing caffeine with an energy drink. He mutters, ready to unleash chaos. Blondie, with his wild hair and a spark of madness in his eyes, is ready to unleash chaos. Meanwhile, the guy in the background looks like he's regretting all life choices, especially this conversation. The girl with the wild ponytail winks defiantly, eyes sparkling with mischief. Catch us? Please, they're more likely to trip over their own shoelaces, she quips, ready for chaos. The guy with the perfectly coiffed hair is about to lose his cool. Arms flailing, face a mix of panic and determination. Did he just spot a squirrel stealing his sandwich? The guy with the piercing gaze braces for impact, sweat trickling down like it's auditioning for a waterfall role. Something big is brewing, and trust me, it's not good tea. A streak of blue lightning bolts across the barren landscape like a cosmic toddler on an energy drink. Somewhere nearby, a voice whispers, perhaps regretting the choice of stuffing the last donut in their face. Eyes wide, a single bead of sweat trickles down the side of his face. What? He whispers, like a lost puppy realizing his squeaky toy has vanished, a moment of pure existential dread. The guy with the tousled hair closes in, a whirlwind of energy swirling around him like a hyperactive vacuum cleaner. Time slows, and my heart races. What fresh chaos is this? With a gaze filled with disbelief, the spellcaster finds their incantation interrupted, wondering if they missed the universe's memo on spellcasting etiquette. Seriously, who jumps in before the magic's even done? In a world where eyelash drama reigns supreme, the lady with the show-stopping lashes is ready to bat away woes and spark some serious envy. Because who needs mascara when you have this? With a fierce glare, the guy with icy blue eyes channels a storm of energy, fist raised like he's about to give gravity a run for its money. Whoosh! Hope he doesn't miss. That would be embarrassing. With a dramatic flourish, the mage channels their inner power, fist glowing bluer than a smurf in a rave. Mana fist, they shout, unleashing a punch that could knock out a dragon's lunch. Fingers sizzle with blue energy, as if the guy with the racing heartbeat just discovered he's plugged into a cosmic battery. Does this come with a user manual? With a fierce yell and hair-defying gravity, the guy with the messy hair unleashes a lightning kick, aimed straight at his enemy's important parts. Because what else says, I mean business, like a kick to the groin? Setsuna, the ambitious overachiever with eyes on supremacy, is ready to crush the competition. Buckle up, folks. This exam isn't your average pop quiz, it's a battle royale. In a world stitched together by art and creativity, a talented team crafts a tale that promises laughter, tears, and maybe a few awkward silences. Buckle up for a wild ride. A stark white canvas interrupts your thoughts, but not for long. The word think bursts forth like an over-caffeinated light bulb. Creative pressure just hit critical mass. With a wild gleam in his eyes, the guy with the impossibly spiked hair unleashes a kick that could open a can of whoop-ass, leaving onlookers wondering if they should applaud or run. With a dramatic splash, the guy with the trendy sneakers finds himself flat on his back, pants soaking and ego bruised, Mother Nature's way of reminding him that gravity still exists. With hair that defies gravity, the guy's expression screams panic, eyes wide like saucers, surprise. Must have just stepped on a Lego, facing his greatest nemesis yet. The guy with the shaky voice screams, his eyes wide and desperate. Water trickles down his face, blending fear with the realization that screaming doesn't solve a drowning problem. The messy-haired guy and his panicked friend share wide-eyed terror as something unseen looms closer. Meanwhile, the barefoot girl, eyes gleaming with fright, wonders if abandoning their group was a terrible idea. Spoiler alert, it probably is. The girl with the fiery braid watches, intrigued as he conjures water spirals like a pro. If only he used this talent to fix his hair. Those strays are distracting. Chaos erupts as the guy with the wild blonde hair is unceremoniously flattened. Smoke hisses around him, and let's be honest, he's probably not getting up anytime soon without a superhero cape. With a sly grin, the guy with the sleek hair realizes melee magic is his secret weapon. Clench, he thinks, because nothing says danger like a finger wiggle. Sweat beads on the guy with the worried brow, panic sparking in his eyes. Wait, wasn't melee magic the weakest? Too late, buddy. Looks like you've just picked a fight with fate. Confusion hangs in the air like a stubborn odor as the guy with the brooding gaze demands his possession back. Was he secretly training in a superhero gym? Or what? With a piercing gaze and charm wrapped in a crisp uniform, the guy with the icy blue eyes extends his hand, trying to keep his emotions as steady as his stance. Let's not bother with the drama, he quips, a slight smirk lurking. The bulky guy with an intimidating glare reluctantly hands over a mysterious ring, his frown screaming, "Don't make me regret this." A moment pregnant with tension and absolutely zero willingness to back down. 3 figures dash across the grand courtyard, their feet pounding as if they owe the world a few $100. The urgency is palpable, a high-stakes escape from whatever mess they've landed in. The guy in the fancy coat smirks, ice cream cone in hand, like he just solved the mystery of the universe, or at least the mystery of why sprinkles exist. Meanwhile, the girl with flowing hair can't decide if she's amused or borderline jealous of his confidence. Is this shiny thing the key to your heart, or just a really fancy bottle opener? The tension crackles as hands meet, each person weighing the significance of this priceless exchange. Her golden brown eyes shimmer with unshed tears, holding secrets and untold stories, as if every blink could unleash a torrent of emotions or a stray cat. Tough choices are never easy. With a grin like sunshine, the girl with fiery red hair clasps her hands, radiating excitement. You can practically hear her heart squeaking with joy. Who knew happiness had a sound? The girl with bright eyes and a bubbly smile beams brightly. After a moment's forgetfulness, she chuckles. Oops, where are my manners? Let's rewind, shall we? A laugh escapes. The guy in the polished uniform stumbles, his confidence slipping faster than his grip on reality. Meanwhile, the fiery redhead raises an eyebrow, slyly amused. He's definitely caught in her snare. Layla Rosewell beams, her bright red hair bouncing with enthusiasm, making it impossible to ignore her vibrant spirit. Nice to meet you, she chirps, as if sunshine just introduced itself. With a dazzling smile and glimmering amber eyes, the confident girl extends her hand, as if inviting you into a world of adventure. Just don't forget the snacks. Setsuna Cromwell, the dapper lad with the brooding stare, stands confidently, ready to elevate the drama. But let's be real, he's probably just here to find the nearest snack bar. The sharply dressed guy with an assured smirk is the talk of the town, famous and apparently a sucker for handshakes. Fame looks good on him, doesn't it? As they enthusiastically swing their hands, the girl's fiery hair bounces, mixing her passion with mischief. Melee magic, she beams, because who doesn't love a good old-fashioned smite? The guy with the dreamy blue eyes and messy hair is deep in thought, grappling with a truth so wild it sounds like a plot twist from a bad rom-com. She'd never buy it. With hair as pristine as his question, the guy in the suit looks like he's one awkward moment away from living out a magical buddy comedy, If only he could find that elusive melee magic classroom first. The girl with flaming red hair looks panicked, realizing she's missed the orientation. Meanwhile, the guy with the perfectly styled hair stands clueless, probably still stuck in the last-minute snack line. A determined mage darts through cobblestone streets, urgency in his footsteps. "Let's hurry," he urges, as if the universe itself is about to explode if he doesn't make it in time. A blur of motion zips past. It's the notoriously speedy runner, who seems determined to set a record for the world's fastest jog to the ice cream truck. Priorities, am I right? Under the broad sky, two shadowy figures stroll on cracked stones. The girl with fiery hair quips about their isolated spot, and you can almost hear the universe chuckle back. Life's just unfair like that. The guy with the perfectly styled hair feels the weight of regret as he watches the red-haired girl walk away, his heart pulling like a stubborn toddler refusing to budge. Should he chase her or just admire the view? With a glint in her eye and enthusiasm that could power a small city, the fiery-haired girl leans in, ready to unlock the secrets of the mystical mana blade. Meanwhile, the boy with the calm demeanor seems slightly overwhelmed. Does he need a manual for this? With a casual air and a glint of mischief, the guy with the slick blue hair nonchalantly admits to mastering magic. Yeah, no big deal. He just practiced until his hair sparkled. The guy with the sharp jawline smirks, plotting ways to wield melee magic. Who knew thinking could look this good? Time to make combat less of a chore and more of a game. The air crackles with tension as the determined mage vows to squabble with the death god, trading flashy spells for punches. Who knew magic school would end with a brawl with a deity? The ominous figure looms, draped in shadow and secrets. Its glowing red eyes pierce through the darkness like a hot knife through butter. God, it whispers. Talk about setting the mood. The silver-haired mage broods on a lavish couch, contemplating chaos while a teacup audibly clatters. Because, nothing says death invasion prep like a heart suddenly racing in a quiet room. A guy with slicked-back hair sits alone on an opulent sofa, staring at a shimmering glass orb. The palpable tension is thick. Clearly, he's waiting for something, or someone, to shatter this silence. The old man sips tea like it's the elixir of life, plotting world domination, or perhaps just his next nap. His fingers are steepled, suggesting wisdom, or maybe he's just trying to look mysterious. A delicate hand, poised and graceful, suddenly drops a teacup, the clatter echoing like a dramatic plot twist, spilling both tea and secrets all over the table. Oops. The guy with the perfectly tousled hair jolts as if struck by lightning, wide eyes betraying a cocktail of surprise and disbelief. He just figured out who stole the last cookie. The ancient wizard, with his majestic beard just begging for a bird to nest, stares wide-eyed at the glowing symbols on his hands, yelling disbelief. 2 schools of magic, really? Who taught you? Hogwarts. The guy with the messy hair stares wide-eyed, his brain whirring like a blender. 1 school of magic? Clearly, they don't know about my talent for delightful chaos. With a flicker of realization, the sharply dressed magician reveals the secret on his hand. An intricate symbol glimmers, promising a summon that could lead to chaos or calzones. A gamble. A mysterious glowing symbol hovers over the guy's left hand, sparking curiosity and a hint of dread. Great. Just when I thought magic wasn't applicable to my life. The young student, half leaning forward, eyes wide with curiosity, can't quite believe what he's seeing. Meanwhile, the headmaster, looking like he just decoded the universe's secrets, is ready to drop some serious wisdom, or maybe just the weekly gossip. In the dimly lit room, the secret keeper, with their mysterious air, promises, "I will tell you in good time." Trust hangs thick as secrets linger dangerously close to bursting. With a furrowed brow and a touch of drama thicker than his majestic beard, the headmaster's stoic face whispers of secrets tangled deep within the academy's hidden heart. Too bad that curiosity didn't kill the cat. It just left it clueless. A splash of crimson dots the exquisite backdrop of chaos, ominously whispering secrets of betrayal. Just when you think the plot thickens, the death god waltzes in. Party crasher or grim reaper? In the murky shadows, the guy with the nervous sweat beads suspects it's not just a bad hair day. Death is definitely giving him the side eye. If he can crack the code of the magic school, who knows? Maybe he can outwit fate itself and finally snag that slice of pizza. With a fiery determination, the girl with the red hair shouts, "We're here!" Her voice echoes like an anthem, daring the universe to challenge their world-changing mission. With a mischievous grin and a finger raised in triumph, the girl with fiery hair points toward the looming mansion, ready to dash into the chaos that awaits her inside. Who knew trouble could look so good? In the dimly lit hall, the shoed feet of a determined mage contemplate an uphill battle. How do I impress the headmaster? Maybe a magical flash dance? Too bad he can't hip-hop. With determination etched on his face, the sharp-suited young man dashes forward, hope propelling him faster than his meticulous grooming can keep up. Who knew saving the world would mess up your hair? Tension crackles in the air as the tall guy in blue stares deadpan at the stoic guard, while the red-haired girl fidgets nervously, hoping her inner anxiety isn't contagious. The girl in the skirt struts confidently, unaware of the guy behind her, who's clearly unimpressed. His disdain is palpable. Too bad he can't walk in style like her. The stern man in a vest glares, his brows furrowing like a thundercloud. Not only are you late, but you've brought a girl. Aren't we supposed to be working? Setsuna Cromwell stands defiantly, arms crossed and eyebrow raised, like he just dropped the hottest mixtape of the year. Nerve? He quips back, smirking. I'm just warming up. The guy with the slick hair pointed dramatically, frustration radiating off him like a bad perfume. Excuses? I'm not here for a soap opera. Just give me the truth. The bald man sneers, relish filling the air as he declares, "Ha! The days of your GPA bragging are finished." Cue the dramatic gasp from the guy with the neatly combed hair. With a playful smirk, the guy with the sleek black gloves leans forward, as if casually revealing a secret. Welcome to melee magic, where finesse meets danger. And yes, there will be consequences. The bald man with a serious face jabs a finger at the confidently unruffled young man. Welcome to the melee magic department, where thick skin is as crucial as your spells. The drama thickens as the mysterious voice predicts doom, sending a shiver down the guy with the impeccable haircut. Meanwhile, his friend rolls his eyes, thinking, "Wow, keep down, Nostradamus!" The guy with the icy blue gaze grabs the bald instructor's arm, surprise sparking. Aren't you the melee magic instructor? You might want to take a class in tactful comments. The bald man's eyes bulge like he just found out his favorite pizza place closed. Disparage? He practically sputters, caught off guard as his twitching brow signals alarm. Someone's in deep trouble. The bald instructor's face is twisted in fury, veins popping like road maps, while the blue-haired student stands his ground, defiance blazing in his eyes. Talk about a classic showdown. With a swift move, the guy with the curved eyebrow locks his grip, teasing. Melee magic has a lot of potential too. And here I thought he was just a great arm wrestler. With a gaze sharper than his neatly pressed collar, the boy with the ice blue eyes grips his tie, frustration simmering. That's what they all think, he mutters, ready to unleash his fury. In his piercing gaze, the guy with the icy blue eye conveys pure fury, as if he's mentally concocting 1,000 ways to bruise egos, starting with a glare that could set fires. With a smirk, Mr. Baldy leans into the challenge, confident he can knock that high and mighty attitude down a peg. Meanwhile, the girl with fiery hair rolls her eyes. Classic. Tension crackles in the air as the girl in the school uniform crosses her arms, daring trouble. The guy with the sharp gaze smirks. You can practically hear the challenge echo. Amidst a prehistoric rock concert, the guy with messy hair swings his tool, yelling, "Wabam," while his friends huff and puff, trying to break through boulders like modern-day cavemen. Who knew geology could be so exhausting? With an exaggerated sigh, the girl in the tidy skirt wishes for more time and less existential dread. Rock formations don't solve problems, but they sure can listen. The guy with the glasses and the wild green hair unleashes a mighty battle cry, wielding his energy like it's a sword, and he's just discovered a sale at his favorite shop. The guy with the spiky green hair kicks a boulder like it's a soccer ball, only it doesn't move. Someone better tell him clay feet are not a superpower. The guy with the messy hair stares in disbelief at his unscathed opponent, frustration bubbling in his chest. Seriously, it's like hitting a brick wall with a feather. The guy in the vest squints, trying to decode the chaos. Meanwhile, the intense instructor casually states, "Welcome to your first test, survival of the not-so-fittest," as students tackle giant rocks. The rocky arena echoes with the frantic rhythm of hammers and swords. The determined fighters, clad in orange, are caught in a battle of strength, strategy, and, let's be honest, a little too much enthusiasm. A fist-sized crystal lies hidden inside an unyielding rock, glinting mischievously like it knows all the secrets. Good luck breaking that fortress. It's not exactly a piñata party. The clock's ticking, and tension hangs like a bad perfume. It's a race against time, and those who trip on the finish line might just find themselves on the wrong end of a cosmic whoopee cushion. With a gleeful grin, the balding man leans forward, eyes glinting with mischief. "You morons," he bellows, as if announcing the punchline to an incredibly bad joke, funny if only to him. The guy with the slick hair stands back, exasperated, as his team throws weak punches at the rocks. Is it just me, or should we call the rock whisperer? With a mighty clang, the girl in the blue skirt swings her glowing sword, determined to battle the rock demons, or maybe just get some snacks from behind them. You never know. The guy with the aqua hair leans hopelessly against a boulder, eyes wide with frustration. "These rocks must have a PhD in toughness," he groans, while the barefoot girl rolls her eyes. Two sharply dressed guys are huddled behind an oversized shrub, whispering like they've just uncovered a government secret. "Shh," says the silver-haired one, eyeing the boss, clearly bitter over that promotion. In a cave filled with tension and rocky stairs, Mr. Baldy reveals the last boulder, like it's the final marshmallow in a s'mores battle. The suspense is real. Who's getting toasted next? The guy with the slick-back hair leans forward, eyes gleaming with excitement. "Show us what melee magic can do," he urges, like he's waiting for the ultimate magic trick and a good punchline. The old professor, with his impressive eyebrows and a voice like gravel, looms over the towering rock, declaring, "You've got 10 minutes, maybe less, before I turn you into a permanent fixture here." Panic surges like a tidal wave. Only 10 minutes to conquer the test? That's not just cutting it close. It's like trying to sprint a marathon in flip-flops. The fiery girl with wild red hair is ready to explode. Seriously, she's about to cast a spell or start a rock band. "Not enough time," she screams, pointing at the massive rock like it just stole her lunch. With a sly grin, the bald man leans in, exuding confidence as if teasing the universe itself. "So what?" he scoffs, clearly unfazed by whatever drama unfolds. The guy with the cool blue hair smirks. "Oh dear," he quips. "A whole minute vanished while you were sharing your life story. Time flies when you're on a roll." The guy in a sharp suit is casually leaning toward the girl with fiery red hair, sharing a secret only they can hear. Probably something scandalous about cafeteria food. Their chemistry crackles like a soda can in a hot car. The guy with the slick hair pauses, hand resting on the cold, mysterious rock. Meanwhile, the bald dude just stands there, silently judging his holographic fashion choices. Serious or just stuck? The girl with the poised fingertips hesitates, her heart pounding as she inches closer, debating if this is the moment to shatter the silence or just keep holding back. The slick old man chuckles, his beady eyes glinting with mischief. Teasingly, he dangles the carrot of extra time like it's the last cookie on the plate. Who knew begging could be this entertaining? With a confident smirk, the well-dressed young man with piercing blue eyes leans in closely, as if those 10 seconds could change his world. Talk about a high-stakes countdown. The guy with the piercing blue eyes squints, a frown etched deep like he just tasted sour milk. Something bad is brewing, and he's not ready to sip that tea. The guy with the furrowed brow stares in disbelief, mouth agape like a goldfish. "What?" he sputters, as if someone just suggested he wear socks with sandals. Utterly absurd. With icy determination, the guy with the raven hair walks ahead, while the fiery-haired girl gasps, "Wait, you can't just ignore the impending doom." Typical guy move, look cool while chaos brews. A bald guy with a wild expression realizes he's in over his head. Those rocks aren't just large, they're like the overachievers of the stone world. Who knew geology could be such a workout? With a grin that could curdle milk, the schemer reflects on his painstaking 30-minute effort to shift his twisted plans. Talk about needing some serious motivation to break a sweat. With an unsettling grin, the bald guy's eyes bulge as he barks a countdown. 10 seconds to sanity or hilarity, depending on how this all shakes out. Game on. With a smirk masking determination, he tilts his head, the air crackling with unspoken challenges. All right, he declares, ready to dive into chaos, because who doesn't love a good adrenaline rush? With a flick of his wrist, the guy in the snazzy blue jacket conjures a watery spiral, looking like a magician who accidentally signed up for a swim class instead of a performance. His piercing blue gaze is equal parts confidence and, did I actually read the instructions? In a swirl of ambition, the student with wild determination vows to conquer the melee magic department, because apparently, impressing the headmaster requires more than just a flashy spell or two. With a dramatic swing, the guy with the sparkling blue sword slices through the air, leaving a dazzling trail. It's either a magical duel or an overly enthusiastic lightsaber demonstration. With a thunderous swoosh, the air seems to shimmer, as if the world just took a deep breath and let out a very dramatic sigh. Clearly, something epic is about to happen. With electric blue energy surging from his sword, the guy with the serious gaze prepares to face a threat that probably should have stayed in the basement. Stakes higher than his battle hair. Setsuna, the guy with the futuristic sword, rolls his eyes at the chaos around him. Really? You think this is trivial? Watch me slice through your excuses like butter. A digital tease of what's to come, an explosion of creativity in motion. With names like these in the mix, expect a marathon of madness. Stay tuned, popcorn not included.